Hey everyone, this is HerotonAlmighty 2011 here, back with the solo commentary for Kirby Air Ride for the starter trio, since again, just me. Welcome to the final two parts of Kirby Air Ride, where the video that's playing right now is talking about the extra, not the extra, like basically all the air rides that you can get in the game, and a few bit of the extras, because in this episode and the next episode we're going to be going over the challenges, which are very similar to Super Smash Bros. Event mode. I almost forgot the name of the goddamn thing. But yeah, this video that's playing right now is essentially showing a little tutorial about like how all the air rides control. I very poorly explained how they controlled last time since I didn't really show them off. But yeah, this video tells you exactly how they all play for the most part. Well, except for the Shadow Star, it kind of just says "ow, the edge." The Shadow Star is essentially a stronger version of the Warp Star. They're not exactly telling you that much. But yeah. There is one inconsistency I should point out with this video. This video elongates itself if you unlocked every air ride in the game. Unfortunately, I didn't. Oh, wait, no, not this one. It's the next one I'm thinking of. Okay, I'm sorry. This is just the standard video that's the same for every time you start up the game. The video I'm thinking of is the one that plays right after this that unlocks, I believe, once you once you unlock the Dragoon and Hydra once, this video unlocks. But yeah, this is the second tutorial video that shows you all the special air rides and everything. This one is longer once you unlock Meta Knight and King Dedede, but in the file that I played here, because all this footage is like out of order, it doesn't show off how King Dedede plays, but I believe I said it before, where King Dedede is basically a tank, where he's on top of a Oh, it does play King Dedede. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm misremembering the information again. I apologize. But yeah, King Dedede is basically a gigantic tank where he hits everything with his hammer and stuff. And Meta Knight is essentially a copy of is a fusion of Sword Kirby and Wing Kirby, just like how he is in the regular games. But now we're going to be going over the events that happened during Stadium, which, like I said before, it's essentially the Kirby Air Ride's version of the event mode from Super Smash Bros. We have the drag races, we have Air Glider, we have Target Flight, we have High Jump, we have the Kirby Melee as soon as Past Me scrolls down. Wow, he scrolled really freaking fast. We have Versus King Dedede, which is essentially the final boss of the game, and we also have stuff like the single races. First, I'm going to start off with Drag Race, which this isn't the music that plays through it. The music that's currently playing through it right now, because the audio for these next few parts got corrupted, so I had to put some music in post. This is the music that plays actually during Target Flight, so this is the incorrect music, but essentially if you want to get the best record for some of these, you have to use specific air ride machines. Like I'm using the Formula Star here because Drag Race is essentially just, you know, going in a straight line and trying to get to the goal as fast as you can, which by yourself it's not that hard. You're just basically racing against the clock to get the best time. You only have opponents when you have to go against the other Kirbys at the end of a city trial, but yeah, there is stuff you can unlock by doing this and going to the extras and everything. But yeah, so that's essentially what drag race is in a nutshell, but I'm going to be quickly showing off the other two drag races, so not much to say here for these. I guess I'm just going to cut myself off until the drag race is finished, so I'll see you guys when we're up to the next event. Okay, so now we're back, and the next event here is the air glider. You may have... I don't remember the previous part, but I believe I showed off beating this with a Dragoon, which essentially killed my record because, you know, playing with the Dragoon is essentially cheating. And by the way, I should mention the music playing right now is the music that plays when there's a dense fog in City Trial. But air glider is a bit self-explanatory. Basically, you have to see how far you can go in your air ride machine over in the air, because your little gauge over there, which I never really explained, normally that's your charge gauge, but you see it filling up as I'm in the air, right? Essentially, the more it gets filled up, it reaches a breaking point where your air ride is no longer able to stay up airborne, and that's when it's going to start crashing down. So essentially, you have until then in order to get as far as you can. And unlike City Trial, you only have one attempt at that, so be very careful. And I didn't break my record since, you know, I did this with a Dragoon, so, in any case, the next one is Target Flight, which sounds pretty self-explanatory, too. Target Flight is essentially, you know, you're just trying to hit the target by hitting it with your air ride machine, and I'm sorry if, I sounded weird there. I was kind of shifting around because there's a moth in my room and I was trying to hit it. I'll handle it after this video, I guess. I recommend the Jetstar here, since that's the one I'm using, because the Jetstar gets better precision when you're over in the air, and normally you don't really have to worry about getting that many points when you're going against the AI, because the AI is rock stupid. But if you're like me, you want to try to get for the best record, which the best record is 200, and you saw that the 100 panel open and closes, so you want to have a fast air ride in order to hit it, so that you don't end up with 0 points by hitting it when it's closed. So over here, yeah, I got it perfect. And also, I should mention, because the AI is rock stupid, they'll never try to go for the 100, so you usually, like, win instantly the moment you go for the 100 panels. The music playing right now, too, is when a mysterious pillar shows up in City Trial, which, again, that's another event that I didn't really get to show off because it didn't happen during my recording. The next one is High Jump, which, again, I kind of screwed this over by doing this with the Dragoon. The same rule applies here for High Jump, since it's very similar to Air Glider, where the gauge that shows up for when you're charging your air ride also applies for how high you can go up. When you're gliding, it charges normally, but when you're trying to actively go up, it also charges, like, extremely quickly. But this is also why I basically use the wheelie scooter, because the wheelie scooter, it can't fly, but it can jump really high. Essentially, unless you have the Dragoon or use the stat boost from City Trial, there's no way you're going to be able to get any higher than how I am now. So that's why I tried doing using the wheelie scooter, since it was able to jump. And this is nowhere near as close to how my record normally is. So, again, you're not really going to break any big records unless you play City Trial. So that's kind of the big thing that I want you to do. And right here is Kirby Melee. Kirby Melee sounds like Kirby got his revenge for not being a good character in Super Smash Bros. Melee. But essentially, Kirby Melee, you have to select opponents for this one because it's very boring if you don't. But it's basically Smash Run. You have to defeat as many enemies as you can before your opponents, and plays a really, really cool song that I wish was in Super Smash Bros. And unfortunately, it's not going to play until, like, near the end of this video, I believe. But, yeah, pretty self-explanatory of what you have to do. Just try to grab Sword or anything that's really self-destructive, and just beat as many enemies as you can before your opponents, and you're done. So I'll see you guys after Kirby Melee 1 and 2. Okay, now that we're done with that, I almost said we're almost done with Kirby Air Ride. I mean, we kind of are, but that's besides the point. And now we actually have the music from Kirby Melee, not Kirby Melee, but Drag Race playing. And yeah, it sounds like a Kirby version of Battlefield from Melee, and it sounds really cool. In any case, I actually forgot what this was. So, oh, Destruction Derby. Destruction Derby is essentially Kirby Melee, except without any enemies. This time, it's a free-for-all. You have to destroy your opponents as many times as possible, and the one with the most KOs wins. But be warned, if you die, that counts against you also. This is the most played. Wow, I got wrecked there. This is the most played. Well, this is the mode that shows up the most when you're playing City Trial normally. So you probably get used to this mode a lot. And also, you have to be careful too, because there are plenty of times that you can fall down into that pit. And, yeah, if you fall into the pit, it does count against you, so be very careful about that. I suggest when it shows up, you get Spike Kirby and stay in one place, because, again, the AI is usually rock stupid, so they'll try to run into you and end up getting hurt. But, yeah, there's pretty much not much to say about Destruction Derby. All you have to do is just do your best to KO the opponents, and I suggest as soon as you find as soon as you find either Mike Kirby or Spike Kirby, go and use them. In any case, there are 5 of these in total. You can see how much the developers really like this mode. So I forgot to mention, actually, that basically the rest of this video is nothing but Destruction Derby for how long that it goes on. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode for when we actually cover the final bits of the challenge mode. Wow, I almost forgot the name. In any case, see you guys next time.